This would be a good time to ingest some extra caffeine. Late night adventures on the gridiron, and we all know anything can happen when you kick off after dark. Welcome to Reynolds Razorback Stadium, home of the Arkansas Razorbacks. As we'll see, the winners of 3 straight, the NC State Wolfpack, taking on another team from the Big 12 in an intra-conference matchup, the Arkansas Razorbacks. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. NC State will kick off, and that'll get things underway. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. So Arkansas's offense will have the first possession of the game. As we take a quick look at the impact players for today's game, what players did you guys look to for motivation to make an impact during your playing days, Jesse?
Well, it was the guys we relied on each and every week. We came into the season expecting these types of guys to be our biggest weapons, and every week those were the guys that had to deliver for us in order to have success.
And it's just fun to have those guys that are consistent. Like, they lead by example, then they start to learn their voice and lead the team. But every week, guys that you can count on, they punch the clock, and they're hard workers.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception.
And how about the defense setting the tone in this game? First drive, first mistake made for the offense. Nice job forcing the INT. And how about this? They had 3 last week. They're looking to get 3 again this week.
Pass to Sticks, and he may get more. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down. They're going to ride this running back. Continuing to churn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48.
Love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
They're testing the right side here. Turning it on. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
The Wolfpack with a 1st and 10 here.
Great job by the offense. Listen, if the defense is going to sit back in zone, you know what you got to do. Run those crossers across the formation. Those guys that are looking at the quarterback, they're not trying to pick up receivers all the time. Make those precise throws, right in those holes, get those first downs, get those big chunks.
NC State with a lot of ground to cover after losing yardage on the last play. Here's the pressure. Makes the catch. Into the end zone. Touchdown, NC State. Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here he comes from inside his own 5. The coverage team maintains his discipline, not much doing on that return. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Hard running there. Stopped at the 24-yard line after the 10-yard gain. Going to the ground is what the Razorbacks love to do to move those chains with guys like Peyton Hillis and Darren McFadden.
Yeah, and you think of just Felix Jones along with the same era. Just guys that toted the rock with some physicality. Just tough guys that make you bring your lunch. When you want to come tackle them, you better bring it.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. They'll move the wide receiver. Here's the handoff. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Under fire. Hit as he throws. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. Got room on the return. Touchdown, Wolfpack. This defense making a big play and putting it in the end zone.
And the defense sets the tone early in this football game. We're still in the first quarter, and this is looking like they're putting a complete game together. Offense scoring, defense scoring. Palmer, they're up 2 touchdowns already.
Yeah, you got to give this coaching staff credit. They have their guys ready to go, and this is what you call firing on all cylinders early in a game.
And the extra point makes it 14-0. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Looking to throw on first down. Fires to the big fella. Ran through the tackle, and he's got room to run. How about this backer in pass coverage and bringing the big hit stick with him, too? The Razorbacks can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. The give on the option. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Ran through the contact. And he's able to shed 1 tackle and pick up pretty good yardage. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Takes the handoff. It's stopped. There he goes. Him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. We've reached the end of the quarter, and NC State has the edge. And they were able to build that lead into double figures. Let's take a quick look at our early stats before we move on. First play of the period, first down here. They'll ride the hot hand. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, you love to see that from the defense, right? It's like bend, don't break. They've given up a bunch of plays on this drive, but now that they're getting down close to field goal range, you're seeing them start to stiffen up.
Yeah, and plays don't matter anymore. Yards don't matter. All that matters with these defenses nowadays is points and limiting them.
It'll be third and long.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push to get some running lanes.
And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43. And the Razorbacks will send out the punt unit. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. That ball will make its way out of bounds, and they'll mark it dead at the 15. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. They've had a really productive first half so far, and they'll try to add to it here. Works his way ahead for 3. They'll spot it at the 18. He got 3 on first down and 2nd and 7. They go to the ground. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. NC State going up tempo. Third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Grab near the marker, it's Hayden. And he converts on third down as he gets it out to the 26. NC State with the 1st and 10 here. Going to the ground. Squirts across the 30 to the 32, a pickup of 5. 6-yard pickup on first down, leaves him with 2nd and 4. Under fire. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion. NC State comes to the line to deal with 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. Another incompletion on 3rd down. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. A bold decision to go for it on 4th down, and one that did not pay off. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Tremendous awareness along the sideline and the ability to get the foot down for the big pickup. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Now the play fake. Here comes the heat. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Snagged out of the air. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. The Razorbacks send out the punt unit. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. You'd think they would have had a good chance to down that one deep, but the bounce carries it into the end zone for the touchback. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. He'll do it himself. Came through like a shot and knocked him down for a loss of 5.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
The Wolfpack lineup facing 3rd and approximately half a mile. A strike downfield. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the 1st down. They have it at the 36. Looking downfield on 1st down. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
That's what I'm talking about. That is how you close. And when a guy's going to make a catch, you make sure he doesn't make it.
He lets it fly. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on 2nd down, but 3rd down's coming up. He had the speedster loose, and he just couldn't connect. Just a little too much juice on the pass.
Yeah, those ones that you got a guy wide open, a lot of times quarterbacks will tell you that those are the ones you kind of, like, I don't want to mess this up, and you either put way too little on it, or in this case, way too much on it, and overthrow the speedster.
On 4th down, looking to pass. Caught. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs. Linebacker shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. Wants to go up top on 1st down. That one never had a chance. Incomplete.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Conrad. Makes the grab and knock down, and he's got it at the 25-yard line. The passing game kept the drive moving. Here's 1st down. Going to the running game. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Back to pass. Makes the grab on the left. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a 1st down. And the Razorbacks come to the line with a new set of downs. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. Going to work in the red zone, they can pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Gives it on the option. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. The defense uses their second timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. He caught it. He gets it in. Touchdown, Razorbacks.
And that was a really big score here at the end of the first half, just for their confidence and their momentum. They're obviously still losing right now on the scoreboard, but you had the feeling something positive had to happen here at the end of the first half for them to go in at halftime, regroup, and come out in the second half now trying to build on that successful drive offensively.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Completes it in the middle. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Wants to throw on first down. Fires to the wideout. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Wants to throw. They'll have to be efficient against the clock.
And there's not very many offensive plays that are going to be successful. If you can rush 3 guys and still get to the quarterback, it's not a good sign for this offensive line.
Another incompletion on 3rd down. 3 straight misfires has left them staring at 4th and 10, but they'll try it again. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Converts on 4th down. Still going. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42. Looking to throw on first down. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him. And
deep shot for the end zone. Incomplete. He took a shot on the final play of the quarter and couldn't quite find his man. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. A first half that saw a little bit of everything there in Fayetteville.
On the run from inside his own 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well, so you have to know where your answers are.
Nowhere close up. Drill trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up. No sign of the punt team as they will go for it and try to move those chains. On 4th down, going to the air. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. They spun that wheel of fortune on 4th down and come up bankrupt. He'll keep it himself. Oh, better look out. Oh, he's got some space. Stopped at the 13-yard line as the drive continues. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. He'll pull it on the read. Oh, he was in the backfield immediately. A 3-yard loss. They are in danger of squandering this great field position unless they can convert this 3rd and 5. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got it still on his feet. He stopped just short of the goal line at the explosive play has him set up. The Razorbacks will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. Quarterback on the keeper. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Arkansas!
The defense has got to do a better job of taking the most dangerous man. That's the guy with the football in his hands. Force him to do something with it. You can't just let him keep the ball and go score.
And he did get that extra point through the slippery surface, no problem. On the move from inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. Didn't pick up the 4th down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
And those are frustrating because you think you might get points and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complimentary football type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page, and they've got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to get that one back and put a good drive together.
Came through like a shot and knocked him down for a loss of 5. The Wolfpack put themselves in a hole here on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Finds his big tight end. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup.
You know, I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's man coverage. So good job by him knowing it's zone. I'm just going to sit down. This is basically like a check down, right? Let's just take the easy pitch and catch and keep this drive going.
All right, nice job by the QB. It's 3rd down. It's money down. I'm looking to throw the ball down the field. What's open? My running back. Find him, hit him, let him do the rest. Good job.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go.
Offside, defense.
Yeah, and you see some people get upset with offsides in the defense. I call it the cost of doing business. It's just part of being great off the football. Sometimes you'll guess and sometimes you'll be wrong. The first one is always on me, Coach, and then the second one, usually he takes me out of the game.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Off the play fake. Gonna take a shot. He's got it. He got a foot down along that left sideline. You know what it takes to make a throw like that. Touchdown, North Carolina State. And that one will give them the lead. And with the extra point, the score is now 21-14.
Man, it's not an accident. They're featuring this guy. His 2nd receiving touchdown of the game. That's your job as a coach. Find my playmakers, get them the ball so they can do damage and have games like this right here.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the return man showing great vision to be able to find some space and put his team in much better field position. Tight end now in motion. Give to the back. Slams ahead for a yard out to the 33.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
They get him down at the 49, but not before he picks up 15. This offense is starting to believe, and as they generate yards and points, they're bringing momentum with them. Looking for space. It's Dobbs. Fighting off the defender.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
They'll go right back to it. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the 1st down line? And the Razorbacks are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. They'll run the sneak for it.
It's not sexy. It's not pretty. It's actually kind of old school because people don't really run a lot of QB sneaks anymore. You don't even see quarterbacks under center that much. But what do? You keep your momentum going. You've already strung together a bunch of plays. Now is not the time to get super aggressive. Way to go high percentage. Run the quarterback sneak. Get the 1st down.
We've reached the break. It's NC State on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the 4th quarter. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the 1st down. got it behind the line. It's Conrad. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down. The Razorbacks kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. A run for the quarterback. Breaks into the open. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Razorbacks with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Razorbacks!
And you see the option being such a pain in the behind of the best programs in college football. When you got quarterbacks that have those multiple options, they're making you play very disciplined, and the QB takes it himself, gets in for the score.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Pucks it out of the air. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be first down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. Crosses the 45. And he gets a big chunk of yardage to the 34-yard line.
I love the play call by the offense here running the ball. The score is what it is right now. You don't have to panic. You don't have to throw it every single down. You don't have to go up tempo. Just run your stuff. Be balanced. Run the football. Make sure this defense stays honest.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive. Stick your foot in the ground. Pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
And he's brought down after a nice game.
One of the things that makes this quarterback so dangerous is how accurate he can be when he's on the run. And he's a guy that's looking to throw. He's not looking to take off himself. Showed you that accuracy on that play to get the first.
I think the QB wants that one back. You know, you're down here in the red zone, tighter areas, hard enough to fit it in, but definitely not wanting to fit it in against double coverage, and he misses, and probably a good...
Touchdown, Wolfpack! They move on top here in the 4th. They score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big-bodied frames, threaten them to run the football and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary, make that big play.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He's got great speed. Got a little room. And there he goes. They won't get him. It's a touchdown.
And this game all of a sudden is just going back and forth. The opponent just scored seconds ago. And now with an opportunity on the kick return, he's able to make a guy miss, show off the speed, take it all the way back to the house. And now they're one extra point, guys, from tying this game.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. North Carolina State has it back on the offense, headed to the field. Wide receiver comes in motion. They'll give it to the back. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Wants to go up top. Bring in the heat. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They've been trying all game long, different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy. That's why the ball falls incomplete.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable 3rd and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters, and I know the pass is coming, so I can have more success.
On fourth down, they'll pass for it. Unloads to the wideout. Makes a connection. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs.
Well, you got to give this quarterback a ton of credit because he showed tremendous confidence on that throw. That wasn't just trying to throw to the sticks. That was being aggressive and throwing it down the field. Not a high percentage throw, but he had confidence in his guy to win one-on-one and to keep the drive alive.
And this option attack can lull you to sleep sometimes. I mean, just so many things they can do off of it, and you just got to play responsibility, and you got to get them on the ground and make tackles. And that was a good job limiting the damage on that play with a nice tackle.
NC State on the move, set up with another first down. Whistle blows, clock stops, and there are 2 minutes left to play in this one. It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. What a tackle in the backfield. He'll lose 6 on the play.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
NC State with a lot of ground to cover after losing yardage on the last play. And he dropped it. Just didn't look the thing all the way in.
Well, no mystery here. 3rd in California late in the game. Defense knows they're going to throw it, so they're going to have a lot of guys back in zone coverage. These guys up front are going to be pinning their ears back. Quarterback better have the clock going off in his head.
NC State has to come up with a big play on 3rd and long. Lost, the defense is wide open. Now they're really 34-yard line. This offense absolutely humming as they come to the line again. He'll throw it. Out of the backfield, he's open. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments.
And they've trusted their QB to throw the football. And he's going to have to make plays. He's made plays throughout the day. This is now when you come up clutch in a big moment when your team needs it. If that's any indication, I like what I'm seeing.
Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. After losing yardage, it's 2nd and 12. Unloads to the right. Just a bit of a misfire there as they can't make the connection.
And I'm so interested to see how this young man responds, man. Like, he has been really good all game long. Put up some big numbers, but now it's prime time. It's a big moment. Can he step up in this spotlight, make a big drive, make a big play for his team to maybe go win this football game?
Tell you what, I don't know if the offense was expecting man coverage that time. 3rd and long in field goal range, you're expecting it to be zone. Instead, they lock him up man-to-man, everybody on an island, and everybody won. They get the incompletion now setting up 4th.
He was smelling that end zone, but they get him down at the 4 after the big pass play. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. And he gets it back to the 4-yard line. No farther than that. No gain on the play. And the D deny them on 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. They're at their fastest tempo trying to get off this 3rd down play. Trying to punch it in. Knocked down in the backfield, and that'll bring up 4th down. They'll call timeout with 9 seconds left on the clock. So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. And the kicker delivers the 3-ball to finish off the drive. Celebration is wild on the sidelines as they've taken the lead in the final seconds.
Big-time moment. This place going bananas, cheering for their squad, cheering for this guy to miss the kick.
And he loses the football on the return. Kicking team's got it. And that's how you finish it off. Scoring on the final play of the game doesn't affect the outcome. Just a little cherry on top of the sundae.